There's one big mistake I see new SCHD investors make more than any other, and it shows up in the comments, in the DMs, all over social media, question after question on almost every video post about this fund. It's not about timing. It's not about account placement. It's not even about how many shares you actually own. It's a wrong expectation that was set before they ever even bought their first share. An expectation about what SCHD is supposed to do and when it's supposed to do it. And because the expectation is wrong, investors judge the fund by the wrong scorecard, and they feel let down when the scorecard says failing and sell at exactly the wrong possible time. Here's what I specifically see happening constantly. Someone comes around and sees SCHD. They read about its dividend growth history, they watch a few videos, see an impressive long-term projections, and buy, in 100 shares, 200 shares, sometimes even more. The first quarterly dividend arrives into their accounts on 100 shares at $32. That's about 26 bucks. Then the DMs start. My quarterly dividend was only 26 bucks. Is this right? That can't be. There has to be more. Something's wrong. They didn't do anything wrong. They just bought a fund designed to pay $26 a quarter on 100 shares and expected something closer to what JEPI pays, which is probably closer to $45 a month on the same number of shares. The mistake is confusing SCHD with an income ETF. SCHD is not optimized to pay you a large income today. It is optimized to grow the income it pays you over time. Those are completely different objectives, and they produce completely different investor experiences in the short term, okay? The investor expecting $50 a month and getting, $25 a quarter quits. The investor who understood from the beginning that $26 a quarter becomes $63 a quarter in year 10 stays and eventually has something really, really powerful. But here's the framework that fixes this expectation problem, okay? There are two types of income funds. The first type is optimized for income right now. JEPI, JEPQ, QQI, SPAI, right? These funds generate 9 to 14% annual yield by selling options overlay strategies on their underlying portfolios, right? They pay us large distributions today. The trade-off, the fund's NAV doesn't grow much because the covered call overlay obviously caps the upside and the distributions are variable. They depend totally on market volatility. The second type is optimized for income later down the road. SCHD, the current yield is 3.5%. The fund selects companies that have grown their dividend consistently for years and have the financial quality to keep growing it. The dividend per share growth at roughly 9 to 10% per year in year 1, SCHD's income looks terrible compared to JEPI. In year 15, SCHD's income on the same shares is significantly larger, and the fund has also appreciated in value, right? Buying SCHD and evaluating it on current income is like planting an oak tree and being disappointed that it doesn't provide shade in week 1. The oak tree is not failing you. You misunderstood what it was built to do, okay? Let's talk about the comparison that really creates even more wrong expectations. Most people who make this mistake have recently been exposed to these high yield income ETFs before buying SCHD. They've seen the thumbnails, 10%, 12%, 15% yield numbers. They're calibrated to those numbers. SCHD's 3.5% looks like it's 70% worse than a fund paying 10%. On current income, that framing is accurate. In year 1, SCHD pays approximately 70% less than a JEPI on the same exact capital that's invested. But SCHD's income grows. Every year, the company inside it raised their dividends. SCHD passes those raises along to us. In 5 years, SCHD's income on the same shares has grown by roughly 53% from where it started. In 10 years, it's roughly doubled. In 15 years, the investor who held 1,000 shares from the very beginning is receiving a quarterly payments that are dramatically larger than what they were collected in that first year. JEPI's income doesn't grow this way. The distribution varies with market volatility, but doesn't compound the way SCHD's does. The investor who chose like JEPI, for example, for the current income in year 1 is receiving roughly the same yield in year 15. The investor who chose SCHD is receiving roughly triple or more the income on those same shares, okay? Now, if you're new to all this stuff, I definitely recommend you attend the Ark Options workshop, 90 minutes long. As you see, I like to break things down in plain, easy to understand English, and that's exactly what I do on that training. Plus, I give you some free gifts as well. My 15 favorite stocks under 30 bucks, my 2 premium calculators, and my full trade lock template. So make sure to click the first link in the description of today's video and check out that workshop. But we gotta talk about the selling decision that really destroys everything here. Here's where the wrong expectation creates real financial damage to our portfolios. The new SCHD investor collects $26 a quarter, right? They see JEPI paying $45 a month. They do the math and sell SCHD to buy JEPI, okay, or another income fund. What they just did sold the compounding engine at the beginning of its trajectory when it looks least impressive to buy the income engine when it looks most impressive. They interrupted 10 to 15 years of compounding for short-term income comparison that would literally flip significantly over time. And here's even the deeper problem. Selling SCHD and switching to it like a JEPI is most tempting when SCHD is outperformed by growth assets and the yield feels disappointingly small. That feeling is strongest in the early years, exactly when the potential compounding gain from the staying is the largest for us. The investors who build significant wealth in SCHD are almost never the ones who made the most sophisticated decisions. They're not. They're the ones who understood what it was and didn't switch when the early income looked really, really disappointing. Here's the right scorecard to look at this stuff, right? And here's the correction. SCHD should never be valued on current income, okay, alone. The right scorecard has 3 components. How many shares do I own? What is my yield on original cost, meaning that the dividend as a percentage of what I originally paid, not what the fund is worth now? And what is my dividend growth trajectory? Am I on path where the income continues growing automatically for me? On those 3 metrics, SCHD looks excellent almost from the very beginning. Every reinvestment adds shares. Obviously, every year the dividend share grows. The yield on original cost increases annually, even when the market price is flat. The investor who switched to like an income fund like JEPI to chase the current better income gave up a better answer on all 3 of those metrics, and the current income advantage narrows significantly for them over time. The worst mistake new SCHD investors make is buying a compounding vehicle and evaluating it with an income vehicle's scorecard. The early experience with SCHD is literally deliberately slow. The long-term experience is the payoff. If you need significant income now, like right now, if $26 a quarter versus $45 a month is a real financial difference in your monthly budget, SCHD for sure is not the right fund for you. JEPI, JEPQ, SPY, QQQI will for sure better serve you. If you don't need the income now and you're building towards a future where, growing reliable dividend income replaces your earned income, SCHD is one of the absolute best tools available in my opinion, but you have to evaluate it on the right way. Give it the right time horizon and resist the temptation to switch when the short-term comparison to high yield alternatives literally looks, unflattering. The oak tree doesn't fall because it isn't providing shade in week 1, okay? I got some questions for you guys as always in that comment section. Number 1, when you first bought SCHD, did you have the right expectation about what it was built to do, or did the early dividend size completely disappoint you before you really understood its growth trajectories? Number 2, have you ever switched from SCHD to a higher yield fund because your current income looked better? And did that decision look different 6 or 12 months later? Who's willing to share down below? Also, if you're brand new to all this stuff, you're gonna want to attend the Ark Options Strategy workshop, 90 minutes long, packed with value for you. At the end, you get my 15 favorite stocks under $30, my 2 premium calculators, and my full trade log template. That will be the first link in the description of today's video. Guys, as always, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.